Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Monday morning mortgage update. My name is Sean Wohland with Wohland Mortgage Team here at Waterston Mortgage. And I have a quick update for you today. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We saw some contracts come in this weekend. That means that there's activity out there, despite the fact that it's heating up. Hopefully it's heating up in real estate as well. But we've got some interesting events that happened on Friday. I want to go through that real quick. We had the BLS jobs numbers come out. And I don't know if you guys know the Bureau of Labor Statistics and their jobs numbers, but they have consistently been horribly wrong every single time they come out. They're usually revised down at least 30%. So in other words, if they say there's 100,000 jobs created, 30 days later, they're usually revised down to at least 70,000. So they're way off. We have some interesting news. This is an article. These are the articles about the BLS that came out on Thursday. Before the jobs report came out on Friday, BLS admits guesswork on inflation and unemployment data. Yeah, you heard that right. Guesswork. What have I been telling you for the last months over months, that the methods as to which we get our unemployment data and inflation data is archaic. We are not a third world country, but we collect data like we are. So until this changes, it's going to be frustrating. And here's why it's frustrating. On Friday, the BLS jobs numbers came out, a lot more jobs than expected. And what did we see happen to the bond market? Well, if you look here, this area right here, this red candlestick straight downward, we had a great trajectory higher on the 30-year bond, which means rates come down. We had a really good run. And then Fridays, we went above this, what was this? The 200-day moving average. We went above it twice. And then we had the fake BLS numbers that just wrecked us all the way down. We lost, well, 101.16 to, well, we lost 50 basis points minimum right there. That's not a good day. That's an 1/8 to 1/4 in rate. We're trying to regain some ground today, but guys, this is on bad BLS jobs numbers reporting. ADP came out a couple days before, and there was minimal job growth. There's other reports showing negative job growth. So these numbers, they hurt our mortgage rates. Let's just say this. Rates would be about a half better if it wasn't for the bad reporting on the BLS. We have lost about a half in rate over the last year just because of the bad reporting on the BLS, because they hurt the rates when the numbers come out, but when they're revised, we don't get a benefit. So it just hurts, and it's really frustrating, but it is what it is. But yeah, we had a great run, and then we had this. So let's just hope we can regain ground, hope the markets understand this. Let's see what the markets do as we move forward. But rates did get a little bit worse on Friday, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll rebound a little bit, but let's just have a quick gander of where rates are right now. This is based on Mortgage News Daily, a great place to see rates as to what the average is that's being locked. Mind you, this doesn't account for any points that are being charged. This is just the average rate being locked. So these include points sometimes. So we're just under 7% on a 30-year. 15-year, you're getting into the low 6s. Jumbo right around 7%. Notice the ARMs a little bit of a break now in the ARMs. Not a lot, but a little. And FHA right around the mid 6s, the same with VA. So right now we're kind of stuck in the middle as far as the overall trends go. Right here you see this was from where rates were nice and low. Wow! Just shows how high they've gotten on that chart. But that's kind of where we're at right now. And it's kind of wild out there. There's a lot of concessions. More than half the transactions right now do have seller concessions. So when we're out there talking to our borrowers and we're going over different scenarios, I want to make sure that you guys are really showing them and making sure they understand the options available. I'm going to show you real fast what I'm talking about. So if we have a customer that's looking to make an offer and they want to keep their payments low and there's some money on the table, we've got scenarios like this where we can say, okay, if we do full ask, if we ask full price, what's my payment going to be? If I do full ask with 30K in concessions to buy the rate down, what would the payment be? If we did a lower than ask, so this one, the ask was the full was 819.9. If we did a 799 offer with 20,000 in concessions to buy the rate down, what would that look like for me? That way, when you go into the offer, you know exactly what to expect. Full ask is about $430 more expensive than these other options, than this option right here. You could see savings over a 5-year period, what you would get in savings. So absolutely, you're going to save more, but it goes down over their payment. What's the payment going to be? And then we break it down into the payment breakdown. What's the principal and interest on each, property taxes, homeowners insurance, the mortgage insurance payment, what the total monthly payment would be. If there is an HOA, what that would be for their total payment. Then we go over closing costs so they know how much they're going to bring in cash to close. So they have a full idea, all of their expectations are set for when they make an offer, what they can expect. So if the offer goes in and they did the full ask with 30K in concessions, and then they came back to us and said, we'll give you 15, then we'll adjust this to use 15K in concessions to see how we can use it. So make sure we're setting our customers up for success by working with this. This is called the total cost analysis report that I put together for every buyer. And it's just a great way of making sure everyone knows exactly what to expect. So let's hopefully, look, we're peaked above that 25-day moving average right there. See that? Hopefully we'll gain some ground and maybe pop up to the 100-day moving average and get back up to where we were. So keep our fingers crossed that we'll regain the ground we lost this week. But rates are staying in this range, guys. 6 3/4 to 7 1/4 is kind of where they're staying for a while. And we can go back. Let's go back even further. Let's go back a year. Notice we're in this from here to here. We're in this range, kind of the same range. Nothing out of the ordinary. 6 3/4, 7 1/4. That's where you're going to be. So hopefully by the end of this year, we'll see rates dip into the low sixes, kind of like what we did over here back in January of 2025. And that would be good. But notice how short-lived that time span was. That was only 4 days. We only had 4 days to lock in a good rate. That's it. So we need to be ready, guys. We need to be ready because when that opportunity hits, we need to take advantage of it and lock those loans. So we're up a little bit today. Hopefully we'll continue to gain ground. That's my Monday morning mortgage update. You guys have a great day. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. I do have a new website, the mondaymortgageupdate.com. That's mondaymortgageupdate.com. We'll have this week's video live embedded in it, as well as last 3 Monday morning updates, and as well as a link to the live Zoom call that we do the first Monday of every month, and a link to my YouTube library where everything is kept. So a new landing page for mondaymortgageupdate.com. Check it out, and we will see you guys soon. Have a great week.